If you told me that the Nether update would introduce a brand new tech tier in Minecraft last year, I wouldn't have believed you. Up until now, Diamond was the ultimate endgame item. That is no longer the case. In case you've been living under a rock, you may have noticed that a new material known as netherite has been introduced. Netherite is a material that cannot be burned by lava, so using tools or armour out of netherite will be preferable when you're in the nether. In this video we'll be discussing why I think Mojang should change netherite to be more rare and even more overpowered. In order to get netherite you must find ancient debris, which can be found very rarely in each chunk of the nether. It's most commonly found at low levels of the nether, mostly below lava lakes. Ancient debris can only be mined with a diamond pickaxe or a netherite pickaxe, and it can be smelted into netherite scrap. You need 4 netherite scrap and 4 gold ingots to craft 1 netherite ingot. You can then use 1 piece of netherite and the tool/armour piece you want to upgrade in order to craft the netherite equivalent. As it currently stands, once you get netherite ingots, you can upgrade your equipment fairly easily. You'll have to invest a large chunk of time into finding the ancient debris, but I feel that the rewards for that time spent is not worth it. With netherite's current stats, which make it slightly better than diamond, I feel that users won't be, they won't look for it. So, the question is, how do we encourage players to spend their valuable time finding netherite? And what should we change about netherite equipment? Well, first off, let's tackle armour. Netherite armour has about the same difference between that of iron and diamond armour. This means that the durability, armour toughness and overall protection have minor boosts when compared to diamond armour. The only unique aspect of netherite armour is that it has knockback resistance, which would be very useful if you're fighting on a one wide pathway, over the void or great heights. There is another unique attribute which I have already mentioned. This is that it can float and survive in lava. This only works for the item itself. If you're wearing the armour and jump into a lava lake, you will die. So I think it would make sense that if you're wearing the armour, you also survive in the lava. This leaves another problem, where fire protection enchantments and potions become useless. So to counteract this, I say that fire protection and resistance should only be temporary with the unenchanted armour. This means that the enchantments and potions are still useful, but also give the player a reason to use netherite armour. On top of that, I feel that the overall protection that the armour provides should be increased along with the durability. This would mean that having a full set of netherite armour on would max out the protection stat. Maybe introducing a combat element here could add more depth to combat by saying, if you have overstat protection stats, attacks by enemies fail or do no damage. That's just a thought though. Maybe we could expand on this in a later video. The final point I want to make is in regards to armour, that I believe is that a piece of netherite armour should require the same amount of materials that it would take to make any lower tier armour. With the changes I'm recommending in this video, the current recipe for netherite armour would make the player insanely overpowered. To compensate, I'd change the recipe so that the player needs the full resource amount rather than 1 netherite ingot. Or if you want to make it better, you can have the player use netherite blocks. If you have any more recommendations for armour, comment down below. Now that the armour is out of the way, let's move on to tools. Similarly, with the armour, the tools have at most a 5% increase in efficiency and double the durability. Even with efficiency 5 and tools, the difference between them and their diamond counterparts are almost not worth it. So, in order to encourage players to use these tools, I think the efficiency should be increased by at least 20%. This would allow the average player to be able to do more with their tools in a shorter amount of time, and would allow technical players to work on larger projects with ease. But that about covers it for now. I think that this will be the best update for Minecraft that's happened in years. Do you agree with my recommendations? Do you have suggestions of your own? Leave them in the comments below, or we can continue the conversation on Discord. Did you know that I am running a public Minecraft 1.15 server? We have a survival and creative server, and we also run events every week in the form of minigames, and these minigames will give you the chance to earn rewards in the survival world. All of the server details can be found on Discord. If you enjoyed the video, why don't you consider supporting the channel on Patreon? Supporting the channel would allow me to produce higher quality videos at a much faster rate, and you would get rewards on my Discord server. So, if you're interested in helping me out, head on over there. Thank you all for watching the video. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel to be notified of all future videos. On the left at the top you'll see a video that I think you should watch next, and at the bottom you'll see a video that YouTube wants you to watch. Thanks for watching.